This project is going to be broken into a couple of different phases. The first thing we need to do is to prepare the images that we downloaded. Open up the Images folder and find the 12 pictures that we're working through. Now, if we look at the metadata for each of these pictures, there's a couple of things to note. First off, notice that the color space is RGB. This is good for a screen, but we need to change it to CMYK for printing. Additionally, each one of these has a title and a description, but one of these images doesn't have a description, so we're going to need to add it to that picture as well. I'm going to close this out. The first thing we need to do is to launch Photoshop. Photoshop will give you the ability to convert any RGB images to CMYK, as well as adding metadata to its overall design. With Photoshop launch, I'm going to go to File and Open. Let's locate the Calendar folder and the images. I'm going to do Command A and otherwise select all of my images and say Open. This will open all 12 at the same time. Notice now that each of your 12 pictures is up here at the top in their own separate tab. We're essentially going to be doing the same thing for each one of these pictures. So once you have one picture open, the first thing we need to do is to change its color mode. Go down to Image drop-down menu, choose Mode, and then finally choose CMYK Color. You may be giving a warning saying, do you want to convert this or are you sure? Simply say OK if that warning does pop up. Once you're finished, let's look at the image's metadata. We can go to File, down towards the bottom, choose File Info. This is where you can type in a title and a description of all of your images, and you can see that's what we have for both of these. If you see one in both of them, you're totally fine. You can say OK. Now that this is converted over to CMYK, and you can see it in its name up here at the top, we can save it and close it. Go to File, Save, give it a second to save, and then finally we can go to File and Close. Now for this one, we're going to go to Image, Mode, and once again convert it to CMYK. This time, however, if we go to the File Information, you can see that there's not one added to here. So we need to add a title to it and a description. I'll provide the title to it. Just make sure we put this into the Documents title, which we'll put right here. And then we can copy and paste over the description. That description can be pasted right here. Now with this done, we can say OK. Then we can go to File and Save and Close. File, Save, say OK to that. File and Close, and it'll close out once it's finished as well. Now simply go through and repeat this process for all of the other images. Alright, with that done, we can now check that all of our images are indeed CMYK approved, and they all should have a title and a description. I believe I mentioned that there was only one of them. My mistake, there should be two. With these done, let's save them up, and in the next phase, let's get our document set up.